Most people look at the fashion in Emily in Paris, but I want to take a closer look at the dreamy architecture and interior of the Savoir office. It's so pretty, from the building's facade to the furniture inside. Let's dive in and discover why the office is just so gorgeous. First up, the building. There's absolutely no denying it, the building is beautiful. The size and shape of its facade is in balance with the scale of the surrounding buildings. This creates a sense of proportion and balance that is really pleasing to the eye. The building uses a natural stone material which gives it a sense of warmth and timelessness and really highlights the craftsmanship. The ground floor has a higher ceiling height than the upper floors, which makes the public spaces such as the lobby and entryway feel more grand and welcoming. It's worth mentioning here that we are weird creatures. While orderliness is important in architecture, too much regularity can be boring for humans. Our brains like a certain degree of complexity. When things are too orderly, it can appear to be too simple and boring, while too much disorder can appear to be chaotic and overwhelming. The office building in Emily in Paris is a perfect example of organized complexity, with the use of ornamentation and decoration such as paned windows, differing floor heights, window railings, string cores. All of these ornamentation creates a sense of variety and contrast within the facade that makes it more visually appealing and interesting for us to look at. The building is also designed with the principle of human scale in mind. This means that the building is a perfect height for people to still see each other and to avoid feeling small or insignificant like we do when we are walking down the street that is just filled with skyscrapers. This building, being only 5 stories or 6 stories high, is the perfect height for people to still be able to see each other, whether you're on the top floor and looking down the street, or you're a pedestrian in the street looking up to the windows and waving at someone who is just popping their head out for a smoke. And finally, the immediate external area outside of the office is full of potential for human activity. We all know that lifeless and empty streets can be dull and inviting. The use of cobbles in the streets slows down motorized vehicles, promoting a slower and more leisurely foot traffic. Can you just imagine the sights and the sounds of people coming and going, chatting and socializing? This is a kind of lively atmosphere and street life that creates a sense of community and make a neighborhood feel welcoming. Now let's take a look at the interior of the Savoir office. The interior style of this place is Parisian modern, with a mix of traditional Parisian elegance and modern minimalism. First, let's start with the architectural features. One of the most striking features in this office are the high ceilings with ornate moldings, such as crown moldings, high baseboard moldings, chair rail moldings, picture frame moldings. All of these decorative features adds character, dimension, and architectural detail to a room, so there's absolutely no surface that looks dull and unfinished. If you contrast this with Madeline's office back in Chicago, you'll see the difference these ornamentation makes to a space. Another striking feature in this office that's very common is parquet flooring. So the flooring is not only expertly crafted, made of small geometric wooden blocks arranged in a chevron pattern, but it's also thoughtfully designed. If you can see here, the flooring is divided into distinct zones, with straight strips of wood cleverly separating the open plan rooms, creating a cohesive and visually pleasing flow throughout the space. Many Parisian apartments feature fireplaces, and this office is no exception. In the meeting room, there's a marble fireplace acting as a beautifully decorative focal point in this space. The interior is also adorned with large windows, allowing soft ambient light to flood the space. This not only creates a cozy and inviting atmosphere, but it also eliminates the need for harsh artificial lighting that is so common in many offices today. One of the hallmarks of Parisian interiors is the use of neutral color palette, usually featuring shades of white, grey and beige, and these neutral colors are very timeless and classic and doesn't tend to go out of fashion. So in the Savoir office, this is no exception. The walls and moldings in the main areas are painted in a soothing beige and grey hue, and Emily's office features a very pale lilac shade. The conference room is the only exception, with its really lovely pastel blue color, which adds just a bit of playfulness and creativity to the otherwise neutral space. The interior of the office in the show expertly combines the use of luxurious, timeless, elegant, and high-end materials with a minimalist and warm aesthetic, with a perfect balance between shiny and matte finishes to prevent any sense of tackiness. So for instance, in the conference room, there is a marble fireplace, marble pedestals, and brass brass legs around all of the side tables. You also have it paired with a warm, dark wood table right in the center of the space that brings a sense of comfort to the room. The reception area in this show is particularly glamorous, featuring a velvet reception desk with a brass base, marble coffee table, and a lot of brass fittings, hardware, and lights. The velvet sofa is topped with tropical decorative cushions, and on the wall is a metal organic shaped shelf supporting sculptural vases. The consistent use of brass and rose gold metals throughout the interior really elevates the design to a level beyond the standard steel or plastic fittings seen in many homes and offices today. Examples of these metals can be found throughout the office, such as brass doorknobs, handles on the windows, lights such as the chandelier above the meeting room table lamps on everyone's desks, shelves in Sylvie's office chairs, the brass tap in the kitchen, a huge round mirror above the fireplace, standing lights and wall lights. Yeah, there really is a lot. The furniture in the office is also a key design element. It's a perfect example of modern French design which combines classic materials and colors. Every single item looks so beautiful and carefully curated in this show. Literally, nothing you see here is ugly. For example, coat hooks are not normally exciting, but check out the hooks on the wall next to Luke's desk. They have a unique sculptural design that just adds an extra touch of personality to the space. The tables they have are also super minimal and Scandi chic, with simple white metal legs and a wooden surface. I mean, it looks great, but nothing looks adjustable, and there's no storage and drawers for your office essentials. The office chairs are all decorative and very beautiful in their own right, like Emily's metal wire chair, the fabric beetle chairs in the shared workspace, Sylvie's chairs for the guests. Absolutely nothing remotely ergonomic is in sight. This is great for our eyes, but terrible for their backs. The lighting in the office is also carefully curated. For example, check out all of these desk lamps and floor lamps, but none of them are practical because you can't adjust the angle and direction of the light as you can in so many office lamps. The chandelier above the meeting room table is a particular standout, with its intricate design and sparkling crystals really adding a touch of glamour to the space. And not to mention all of the various wall lamps that you have dotted throughout the rooms. And most rooms in this office have artwork on a wall somewhere, and all the colors in the artwork are carefully selected to match the overall design aesthetic of the space. Every nook and cranny of the office is also adorned with tasteful decor, from the shelves next to the fireplace to the personal items in Sylvie's office. I mean, instead of the usual office essentials like folders, staplers, printers, you find things like candlesticks, vases, picture frames, makeup bags. Like, where do the people keep their items? Even the kitchen table is styled to perfection, with coffee table books taking the place of ordinary kitchenware like salt and pepper shakers. I mean, it's clear that every aspect of the office design has been meticulously planned and executed, creating a cohesive and visually stunning space, one that I'm very, very envious of. The office in the show is a true work of art. Some people, like me, may say it's not the most practical or realistic depiction of an office, but like the rest of Emily in Paris, it's a visual escape to a world of fantasy, beauty, and sensuality. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tour. Make sure to subscribe to stay in touch, and until next time, bye!